Here is my synthesis for the group project. I went from a uh, propane to two nonanone and three nonanone. I started with a radical bromination step to add in a leaving group, and then did an elimination. From there, I added on two bromines so that I could make a alkyne. And then from there, I extended the carbon chain, um, adding on that bromine so that it would connect. From there, I did an elimination step so that I could create an alcohol. And that created two products, one for either side of the elimination. And then from there, I used sodium chromium to create my final ketone. And that also came with two products, one for each side of the elimination. For my mechanism, I started with um, the two bromines on either side of where that elimination step would occur. So you start with the sodium and the nitrogen atoms. And from there, the nitrogen would attack the hydrogen, and that hydrogen bond would go to the carbon, and then that in turn would kick out the bromine. And then the bromine would be negative, which would balance out with the sodium. There we have an alkene, still with that one bromine. So then with that excess molecule, we would take the nitrogen, would attack the other hydrogen, and then that bond is going to go to the carbon, making that an alkyne. And then the bond for the bromine would kick out. So once again, you'd have another negative bromine that would balance out with this positive sodium ion. And then that gives us our alkyne product. So from there, to extend our carbon chain, I added in this carbon structure with the bromine on the end as a leaving group. So the carbon electrons are going to attack this carbon that the bromine is attached to. And when that happens, it's going to kick out that bromine for the leaving group. So then we now have a alkyne with an extended carbon chain.